Okay, here we go. This will be the 8th on-camera drawing video for drawing right and left. And this one will just be focusing on one topic, line thickness. So pen is my preferred drawing tool. And for now, I've pretty much only been using ballpoint pens, but there was one page in the last video, the first sketchbook video, where I didn't mention it, but I pointed out one or two pages where I ended up trying using a fountain pen, but since the paper in that particular sketchbook was so thin, it ended up bleeding through to the other side quite a bit. And here in this video, I'm using a ballpoint pen and making different line thicknesses. But it does take a fair amount of time because I have to go back and forth in order to achieve that amount of width. And the thickness of that is probably around maybe like 5 times the normal thickness a single line can produce from the ballpoint pen. And that definitely would be one good argument for using a fountain pen more often. I did end up preparing a separate book, not really a sketchbook, but more of like a practice book for just fountain pens, and it has thicker paper. But for now, I'm just going to mainly focus on using ballpoint pens just because I like the feel of how they draw. But for this little drawing in particular, it kind of reminds me of maybe like flames or something aquatic, like floating in the water. Or if it's layered up, it could be somebody's hair, maybe. But it sort of does get into the idea of where does coloring begin and drawing end. And coloring is a whole nother discipline unto itself, but I kind of like the idea of imagining how something would look in color and then trying to mark out the highlights with different line thicknesses. But that's it for now for this video of drawing right and left.